Hey everyone, it's Melissa Metcalf Leroy here, coming to you just a couple minutes early this evening. I've got 5:58 on my watch for the 6 p.m. free yoga class here at the fitness center at Foothills Wellness Center. We, Sunday night into early Monday morning, had a lot of storms roll through the area, so we found ourselves Monday morning here with no power. So we were unable to do the 6 a.m. TRX class live then. And then Monday afternoon's class, all of a sudden, internet went down and everything shut off with about 5 minutes left in the class. So I'm hoping that this evening that's not going to be the case and that we're able to get through this live 30-minute class. It's been kind of comical the last couple of days, and but luckily, it looks like everything is restored, and I hope everyone is safe and had minimal damage from those storms. All right, so we are almost right at 6 p.m. this evening, and this evening's routine is going to be 9 poses that you can do to help relieve stress. So many of you, I'm sure, with what's going on in the world today are probably like myself, just a little stressed over the situation. So what we can do to help alleviate that stress, and yoga is one of those practices that helps to get grounded and release some of that stress. So welcome everyone who's watching. Hopefully we'll have some more people join in. Remember, if you missed the live presentation or if you want to go back and do the routines again, you can always visit us on our YouTube channel. So just check back on the Foothills Wellness Center Facebook page and you will find the link to our YouTube channel. So if you've missed any of the TRX yoga and or total body ball classes, you can view them on the YouTube channel. It's a little easier instead of scrolling through all the different posts throughout the days. We try to post something at least every single day on our Facebook page, so it kind of gets a little cluttered sometimes. So I'm going to transition back to the yoga mat, and here we go. So for those of you who have not joined us before, we always start out the yoga routines that I lead in perfect pose. So perfect pose is whatever's most comfortable for you. I always like to sit this style, crisscross applesauce. If that's not comfortable for you for your knees and or hips, you can also stretch those legs out straight. Make sure that there's a little bend in those knees, that you're able to get your hands underneath and they're not hyperextended back. So the purpose of perfect pose is just to allow yourself to come into the moment in this time and then in this place for self-care. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on my breath. I'm going to take a deep breath in through my nose. And I'm going to exhale through my mouth. So notice I am sitting up nice and straight and tall. Both hip bones should be even on the mat. My shoulders are relaxed. My arms are lightly resting on my knees. My palms are up. So continuing to focus on your breath. With your next exhale, I would like for you to visualize just breathing away your day. Whatever happened today, whatever your plans are for this evening, just breathe it away. Continuing to breathe. We're still just trying to erase our mind here. We'll worry about everything else in 30 minutes. Couple more breaths, deep breaths. One more deep, cleansing, grounding breath. like to sit in perfect pose with my eyes gently closed, so that way I can just visualize just that cleansing breath and erasing away the day. So now we're going to start on our 9 poses. The first one, if you have taken an in-person class from me and or these Facebook Live classes, you will notice that I pretty much do this one every single time, and this is the seated spinal twist. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our left hand, placing it behind us, almost in the middle of that bum. The right hand is going to go on that left knee. So notice I'm sitting up straight, my shoulders are back, I'm opening up this chest, allowing myself that flexibility and movement to breathe very deeply. In this position, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a deep breath in through my nose. I'm sitting up just a little straighter, taller on the next exhale. I'm going to see if I can turn just a little bit more. In this position, we're relieving stress by gently stretching and twisting that upper back, the shoulders. We tend to carry the weight of the world, our jobs, our responsibility on our shoulders. This is a nice, gentle, twisting position, and it also helps to improve our digestion. So when we get tense, when we get stressed, our digestive tract and organs also tend to get a little contracted. So this just helps with this nice, gentle abdominal twist to help relieve that stress as well. So one more deep breath in through your nose. On that exhale, we're gently going to bend that left elbow, coming back forward, placing both hands on both knees. We're just resetting here for one breath. Deep breath in, and exhale it out through your mouth. On your next inhale, we're going to take the right hand, placing it in the middle of that bum, palm face down on that mat. Left hand is going to the right shoulder and sitting up nice and straight and tall. Once again, I have this nice gentle twist here, taking a breath in through my nose. On that exhale, I'm exhaling it out through my mouth. See if I can turn just a little deeper here. Once again, I'm focused on releasing that tension in that upper back, shoulder, making sure that that shoulder blade, scapula, there's a little bit of movement there in this twist. And I'm just breathing away the tension and the stress. One more breath. On that exhale, we're gently bending that right elbow, coming back forward. Both hands are on both knees. We're sitting up nice and straight and tall for just a rest, recovery, reset. Deep breath in. We're going to exhale it out. If you were sitting crisscross applesauce, we're going to uncross those legs, crossing them in the opposite direction. We're kind of creatures of habit. There's one direction that we love, however, we want to make sure that we really get that nice gentle twist and that stress and tension out of our body. So here we go once again, left hand, palm face down is going behind us, right hand on that left knee. We are sitting up nice and straight and tall with this nice gentle twist. Deep breath in through your nose. On that exhale through your mouth, see if you can go a little deeper. Nice, holding right here, breathing. 2 deep cleansing breaths and exhales. One more. On that exhale, we're gently bending that left elbow, coming back forward, resetting. One breath. On your next inhale, right hand is going behind. Left hand is on that right knee, sitting up nice and straight and tall. Deep breath in. On that exhale, seeing if we can go just a little deeper. Notice when I go deeper, I'm opening up my chest even more. I'm twisting that abdominal region. This should feel really good. It's a nice, gentle stretch. It should not be painful. We've got one more deep breath. And now on that exhale, coming back forward to our reset. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. We're now going to transition into table. So I'm just going to simply bend my knees underneath, coming up on my mat. Knees are going to be directly below those hips. Hands are directly below those shoulders. Chin is level, so I don't have the chin to my chest, or I'm not looking up. I'm looking down at a 45-degree angle in front of those fingertips. And we're going to go into cat-cow. So this position is a great way to lengthen and stretch your spine, particularly for those who sit in a chair all day. Or if you stand all day and have a lot of back issues, this one's a really good one for relieving that tension and stress in the upper back, middle back, and lower back. So here we're going to take a deep breath in through our nose. When we do, we are lifting that chin, finding that belly button, pushing it to the mat. So we're arching that back down for cow. Exhaling through our mouth, bringing our chin to our chest, finding that belly button, sucking it to our spine, and arching our back up towards the ceiling for cat. So inhale, cow. Exhale, cow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cow. Two more, please. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cow. One more. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cow. On your next inhale, just gently allowing your body to come back to that table position. Now we're going to go into a little bit of a combination of child's pose and downward dog, and it's called puppy pose. So we're going to start here in table. We're just going to simply curl those toes under, making sure that those knees are directly below those hips. And we're just going to slowly walk those arms out. If you can, if this is too much pressure on those shoulders, I want you to drop those elbows to the mat where those forearms are on the mat. Otherwise, in puppy pose, our hands are palms face down at the edge of our mat here, and we are coming back and forehead to the mat. So this is puppy pose. So this is going to relieve that middle thoracic tension and stress along with that upper back neck area. Making sure that you are breathing here. So this helps to relieve that tension, that stress. Making sure that that belly's not hanging down to the mat. So find that belly button, suck it to your spine. We're then going to slowly, if you can, otherwise drop those elbows down. We're going to slide those arms palm face down on either side of our face, pushing ourselves back up into table. From table, we are going to transition into the high lunge position. So for those of you advanced, here you're going to curl those toes under, lifting those knees, coming back into downward dog, adjusting those shoulders, so making sure that you do that adjustment when you're in down dog. We're going to shift our weight to that right foot, lifting up that left knee. We're getting enough momentum to where that left foot is in between those hands, and then we're going to come up. For those of you in table, just coming to where that left foot is in between those hands. Once here, we're going to engage that core, bringing those hands up onto those knees. Once you have your core balance, so finding that belly button, sucking it to your spine, you're not comfortable with that right foot still on the ball of that foot, you can actually twist it to where your heel is flat on the mat. So once you have your balance here, we're bringing those arms up into the air. We're looking up in between those arms so palms are faced together. And notice there's a little arch in my back here. When your back says stop, stop please. I still have my core engaged. So this is strengthening our legs, our ankles, but it's also relieving a little bit of that tension and stress in our back. So then we're going to come down into prayer pose, and then bringing our hands to our knee. We're sliding those hands down on either side of that left foot. We're going to twist that left knee gently to the side, sliding it back if you're staying in the down dog. If you're staying in the table, then you're just going to transition back into table. Once into down dog, adjust those shoulders again. Remember, down dog should not be a stressful position. Remember, this is a routine on how to release stress. So the majority of that weight should be on those legs, not on those arms. Now we're shifting that weight to our left foot, lifting that right knee. We're going to raise it up, get enough momentum to where that right foot is in between those hands. Engaging that core, find that belly button, suck it to your spine. We're coming up, placing those hands on that right knee until we get our balance. And then once again, we're coming into that high lunge. So arms are up, palms face together. We're gently lifting that chin up to the ceiling, looking in between those arms for that gentle back bend. So just relieving that stress and tension in that back. Breathing. Once again, we have our core engaged here. Find that belly button. Gently bringing those hands, palms face together down into prayer pose. And then placing them on that right knee. Sliding those hands down on either side of that right foot. We're going to gently twist that right ankle out, sliding that leg back. We're back into downward dog. Adjust those shoulders. Bring those shoulder blades and scapulas together in the middle of that back. That relieves that tension and pressure right there. So now we're going to go into another position. So if you are down into table for this one, everybody should be able to get into this one from down dog if you're advanced. In table, in order to get into these positions, you're going to simply shift your weight to that right knee and then bringing that left foot up. So I just want to make sure for those of you who are watching who may not be advanced, you know exactly how to do this. And then from there, you're just going to transition up here. Okay? So now we're going to go into our position number 5, which is Warrior 2. So in Warrior 2, you're going to do the exact same thing. If you're in table, shift your weight to that right knee. If you're in down dog, shift that weight to your right foot. And we're bringing that left foot in between those hands. Now here, you're going to straighten that knee. If you were in down dog, that leg's already straight. You're going to twist that right foot to where that heel is flat on the mat. From here, engaging that core, find that belly button, suck it to your spine. Placing those hands on that knee. Check that knee position. That knee should be directly below that left ankle. Once here, coming up into prayer pose. And then we're simply just going to twist our upper body, making sure that that knee doesn't come forward or keeping that knee out. It's above that ankle. It's very easy to do this. So then we're working a different set of muscles and we could cause additional stress on that knee. So keep that knee going forward, opening up that chest, and those arms are coming up for Warrior 2. Now it's very easier in Warrior 2 for that arm that's behind you, that right arm in this situation, to go down. So while holding this, I'm going to periodically check back and make sure that that right arm is still level. I'm breathing. Got my core engaged. That belly's not hanging down. next exhale, we're gently going to allow those arms to come down. We're going to twist that torso back, coming into prayer position, bringing those hands down on top of that left knee, slowly transitioning down. We're going to twist that right foot back to where we're on the ball of the foot. If you're coming back into table, of course you're going to bring that knee down. If you're coming back into down dog, twisting it out, coming back. So now we're going to do the opposite, warrior two. So shifting that weight to that left leg, bringing that right knee up and or right foot. If you're in table, coming forward where that right foot is in between both hands, twisting that left foot where that left heel is flat on the mat, engaging that core, find that belly button suck into your spine. Hands are coming up on that right knee. Coming up into prayer position, engaging that core. You're here. Once again, watching that knee, check that knee position should be directly above that ankle. We're twisting our torso, bringing those arms up into warrior two. Core is engaged, we're breathing. I'm looking at my right middle finger, however, every now and then I'm going to look back and make sure that that left arm is not going up and down on me here, that it's level. I'm breathing, so deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Engage that core. This relieves some tension and stress and the shoulders, particularly the tops of the shoulders, your middle back, your neck. Next, exhale, allow those hands to come down. You can feel that tension and stress, can't you? Bringing it in prayer position, turning that torso, dropping those hands to that right knee, sliding down, where those hands are on either side. We're going to twist out that knee, bringing it back. If you're coming into down dog, hold down dog for about a breath or two, and then we're going to be coming back down into table. So once again, table, knees directly below those hips, hands directly below those shoulders. This is going to be just a slight recovery pose for us here. We're going to go into our sixth position of the evening. Remember, this is 9 tonight for relieving stress and anxiety. So a couple of breaths. Just reset here. And then I'm going to invite you to stand up, whatever's most comfortable for you. For me, I'm going to bring those knees together, ankles together. I'm going to curl those toes under, and I'm going to rock back to where I am balancing on the balls of my feet. I love this position. I do this position quite a lot, so I can stay here for a long time. However, we've got 3 more positions to do. So, how I'm getting up from here is I'm going to take a deep breath in through my nose. On that exhale, I'm pushing all of that oxygen and air through the balls of my feet and standing up. So here we go. And I'm up. Once up, our recovery pose is always mountain. So in mountain, feet are directly below those hips. Knees are slightly bent. You want to make sure that you've got even pressure on both sides of your body coming all the way up. So in mountain, I always encourage participants to do kind of a body scan from the bottom up. Make sure that their shoulders are back, shoulders are down, you're relaxed, chin is level. You are standing nice and tall and firm, just like a mountain. So deep breath in, and exhale it out. Good. So now we're going to go into the 6th pose, which is either referred to as the God or Goddess pose. So from here, we're going to take a wide step. So just get those feet as far apart as possible. However, make sure that you're comfortable with this. So we don't want any undue pressure on those quads or our groin muscles here. Once those feet are out, I'm just going to twist those feet just a little bit more. So that way I'm kind of pointed out towards either wall here. So in the God and Goddess position, I'm going to bring my hands together in prayer pose, and I'm going down. So you're here. So in the God Goddess position, it makes you feel just like that, invincible. Wonderful. You just feel like you can do anything in this position. So you can stay here, you can get creative with it, you can come up like, oh, this feels wonderful. Let that inner child run free. Remember, this is all about relieving stress and anxiety. So whatever's most comfortable for you, if you're like, my shoulders, my arms are still a little tight, bring them up. Put those palms out. Squeeze those shoulder blades together if that's still a little tight for you. Now, a lot of people who this is a new pose position for them, they're not going to be able to sit this long. So if you need to straighten up those knees and come up for a breath and back down, feel free to do that. I always try to encourage people, if this is okay, you're going to probably be shaking just a little bit, I'm not going to lie. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale. See if you can go a little deeper. I think I just heard some moans. Remember, this is your workout. There's no competition here. Whatever's most comfortable for you and whatever you feel most comfortable doing. All right. Coming up, everyone. Nice. So now we're just going to walk those feet together. We're going to come back into mountain. I'm going to check to make sure time and see if I'm still on. We're doing okay. All right. Coming into mountain here, so feet directly below those hips. Once again, chest is open, shoulders are back, shoulders are down. We're standing just like a mountain. Deep breathing. This is our reset and recovery pose. Nice. So now we're going to transition back down to our mat for our last three poses that we have. So I'm going to do a little curtsy. I'm going to take my right leg behind, coming down gently on my knees. We're going to go into camel pose. With camel pose, this is a little bit of a gentle back bend here. So knees are directly below those hips. You can either leave those feet flat on the mat behind you. For more advanced, you're going to curl those toes up. And what we're going to do here is we're going to place our hands on our bums. So the top of my hand is going to go about where my belt line is, okay, my waistline here. From here, I'm going to bring those shoulders back and elbows together as far as I can. What's most comfortable for you, and we're just gently going to transition back. So I'm looking up at the ceiling, and I'm breathing. The deeper you breathe, the more tension you feel release. Once again here, look at the camera, but you guys continue doing this. Once again, this is your workout, so when your neck says stop, stop. Be mindful of that. Not everyone has the same flexibility, and it's perfectly fine. For more advanced, if you have been practicing yoga for a while and you have great flexibility, is to come down and grab those heels, coming into a back bend as far as you can go. Everyone else, you're right here. Trust me when I say this works the same muscles, it's going to continue to relieve the same amount of stress and tension in your body. On your next inhale, we're going to come forward. We're going to release those toes if you have those toes up. And then we're just going to gently have a seat on our mat. So once again, very gently, I'm just going to come down, place my hands on the mat, and just transition. So we're starting our cool down now. So with position number 8, this is just going to allow us to stretch our body. So we're going to go into the head to knee forward bend. So I'm going to bring that right heel as far up on that groin muscle as I can. The left leg is straight out. I have that left foot flexed. So I'm engaging all of those muscles from my ankle, particularly behind my leg, from my Achilles tendon, calf, hamstring, all the way up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to transition our torso. So we're going to turn our chest facing that left knee, left foot. We're going to come down, place our hands about even with that left knee, palm face down. If you want to just stay here, you can. However, if you really want a nice stretch, see how far you can go. Walk those hands. If it's just to the top of that shin, fine. If you can come down to where you can grab the toes and or the arch of that foot, great. And come as far down as you can. Ideally, this is a head to knee forward bend. As many years as I've been practicing yoga, I can't quite get there. And that's fine. Once again, this is your workout. So we're just gently stretching. You're going to feel this pull here. Once again, engage that core. So don't allow that belly to flop in that lap here. We're engaging that core. So we've got this nice, gentle, digestive twist here going on again on the right side. And we're just relieving that tension and stress. On your next inhale, we're just going to allow those fingertips to roll up that left leg, coming back, and then we're going to switch. So the right leg's going to be out straight, left heel as far up in that groin muscle as you can. We're sitting up nice and straight and tall again. Right foot is flexed, placing those palms on either side of that right knee. So we've slightly turned that torso to where our chest is now in the same direction as that right knee, right foot, and then we're just coming down, whatever feels most comfortable for you, into that slight bend and twist, engaging that core, and you're breathing. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and then on that exhale, see if you can go just a fraction deeper. It's amazing how that works, isn't it? It should feel so good. On your next inhale, gently allowing those fingertips to trail up that right leg. We're coming back, twisting our torso, making sure that we've got even pressure on those sits bones. And from here, we're slowly going to transition into our final rest and recovery pose. And this is position number 9 of the stress and anxiety release routine tonight. So I'm going to transition on my mat. I'm going to place both feet together. So in this is called the reclined cobbler's pose. And this is going to be our final rest and recovery pose for the evening. So if depending upon your flexibility and you're not able to get those knees all the way down, if you have yoga blocks, you can certainly position yoga blocks on either side, either height or width-wise, whatever's most comfortable for you. Or if that's comfortable and you have this kind of space here and you just want to let those legs kind of come out. This is one of my favorite positions sitting up is the butterfly position. From here, I'm going to grab both of my ankles. I'm going to engage my core. And I'm slowly going to transition back, so I'm laying back. If that's not comfortable for you, you know your core is not that strong, simply bring those hands behind, coming down on those elbows, and then laying back. So we don't want anyone to get injured here. So it depends upon your ability. Once we are laying down, we're going to focus on our chest, our shoulders, the shoulder blades. Our arms are going to be gently by our side. Palms either face up or face down. It doesn't matter. Here, we're focused on our body. So with each breath, we're doing a complete body scan. We want to make sure with each breath that if there is a muscle that's still tight, that if we still feel any tension or stress in our body, that it gets that attention from that breath. So we're just going to drive that air that we're breathing in through our nose and our lungs to that specific muscle groups, organ, whatever it may be. continuing to breathe, deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Here we want to become so relaxed that our body is just weightless. So if you have a blanket that's close to you, you can pull that over you now. You can stay in this reclined cobbler's pose, or if you're like, Melissa, that's just a little too much pressure on those hips, then you can bring those knees together, straighten out those legs, and coming into the traditional corpse pose, otherwise known as Shavasana. However, the cobbler's pose here, the reclined cobbler's pose, really allows those hips and that pelvic region to open up, relax. Still breathing. Let's do one deep breath in. And when I mean deep breath, I mean really deep. So really fill up that abdomen, all the way up into those lungs, those shoulders, forcing those shoulders back into the mat just a little bit more. And then exhale it all out through your mouth. On your next breath in, I'm going to slowly have you bring both knees up together. If you were in corpse pose, bending those knees, placing those feet flat on the mat. On your next exhale, we're slowly going to roll over onto our left side. And if you can, stay here for just a couple of seconds with those eyes still fluttered closed, just in a little ball. You have your right hand palm face down right in front of your chest. So let's take a deep breath in through our nose. On that exhale, we're going to push that breath through that right palm, pushing ourselves into a seated position. If you can, continue to leave those eyes closed and try your best to get back into a perfect pose position. So whatever perfect pose looks like for you. Resetting. Focusing on your breath. So here in perfect pose, we're trying to bring our breath back down to its normal cadence. So with your next inhale, I want you to visualize slowly allowing your day to creep back in. That next inhale, slowly allowing your evening plans to come back. On your next inhale, I want you to slowly flutter those eyes open, allowing the light and the sights from inside and outside your room to slowly come back in and register. For those of you who are at home and want to continue here in perfect pose for just a few moments longer, I invite you to do that. For everyone else who has things that they still have to do this evening, I want to thank you for taking this time of self-care for yourself, focusing on you and relieving that stress and anxiety and tension. Until I see you again, which I hope is Thursday night at 6 p.m., or until I see you again